Yahweh, he's already proven time and time again that it doesn't matter what was, it doesn't matter what's coming up against the faithful. They're not going to be defeated, right? It doesn't matter what comes against the faithful. And the what does the scripture say that what? Be strong. We're got to be like soldiers, right? And war, soldiers fight in wars, right? And when you look at war is kind of like chess, right? And on chess, you got pieces, right? Some pawns turn into queens. Some pawns some pawns turn into kings. Some pawns they they get eliminated for another king to for another pawn to turn into a king, right? Everybody doing his part. And if you are faithful, you understand that Yahweh Shai, he already spoke on it. Whatever you lose here, in my name, for righteousness, you're going to get all that back and some. You're going to get it all back, right? And everybody who's actually down for the Lord understands that and willing to do everything they got to do and that they have to do. Everybody's going to do it without question. Look at for an example. Look at what's his name? Look at Abraham, right? The pretty much the cover boy for the faith, Abraham. God was like, listen, I want you to come up here and I want you to sacrifice your son. God didn't say, why? Haven't I been loyal to you? I thought you was going to give me X, Y, and Z. He just said, run it. All right, Abraham. He said, run it. We out. And he was going to sacrifice his son just like that, right? So he got all the way up there, all the way to the point where he's about to literally stab him, right? And he stopped him, and he sent the angel to stop him at the last moment. Like, nah, don't worry about it. I was just seeing what you was about. I got an offering right over here. Use that, right? So the Lord, he likes people. He likes to test people, right? The Lord loves to test people. It could be horrible test, a horror test. It could be a funny test just to see if you're paying attention. The Lord plays games, right? He got a sense of humor. He plays games, but he rewards faith. He want to see where you at. He want to see if you really about what you say you about. So Matthew 5 and verse 6, it says, Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. So blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. So the people who are merciful are going to obtain the mercy, right? So a lot, because when you look at today, right, it's all about, man, oh, I ain't going to do this because they don't deserve this. Or I ain't going to do this because they don't deserve that, right? See, it's a couple different layers to mercy, right? There's a couple different layers to mercy, and one and some being harder than others, right? So here's a form of mercy, right? You walking down a block, somebody's homeless, and you got some money to give out to them. You give it to them, boom. That's mercy. That's that's one form of mercy. Here's another form of mercy, right? Somebody did you wrong, right? Somebody did you wrong, and then next thing you know, you catch them lacking, and you can just delete them. It's over with now. Whatever you can do to them, you can do it. It won't be no kickback, none of that, and you can do it, right? But then you go the other way. You let it rock. That's another form. That's one of the hardest forms of mercy, right? When there has been, in your mind, a wrong that has been done to you, right? And you got to show mercy. Those are one of the hardest forms of mercy. But here's the kicker here's the kicker within that, right? A lot of people don't understand that, one, the same energy that you give out and how you treat people is going to come back to you, right? Everything, right? Now, and also things happen to you for a test. It's very intricate, right? But at the same time, to keep it real simple, just treat everybody as much as you can all the times that you can, how you want the Lord to treat you. That's just to simplify it all. Now, to dive back in, the Lord, he can set somebody up to do something horrible to you, right? Later on, just to see if you're gonna, just to see later on down the line, if you're gonna show mercy. Like, look at the story of David and King Saul, right? King Saul tried to whack him about 3 times, right? Sent people to finish him, sent people to kill him more than 3 times, right? But, and then the Lord delivered King Saul into his hand, right? And what did he do? He showed him mercy, right? And that's one of the pillars of the scriptures, right? Those are one of the pillars of the scriptures is what? The faith of Abraham. He's going to sacrifice his own son just because God said it. Another pillar, David showing mercy to somebody who wanted him dead, right? That's another pillar. Look what King Saul said to David at that point. He said, "Wow, you're more righteous than me, right? You're more righteous than me." He said, "Who knows a person that would catch their paraphrasing? Who ever heard of a person catching their enemies lacking, and God gave the green light, and they let it rock? Who's known for this, right? Who's known for this?" And it was at that moment where King Saul was like, "Wow." He said, "You're gonna be king. I know you're gonna be king," because he understood with King David his faith, right? He understood his mercy. And the scriptures tell you that the throne of the king is built upon mercy, right? It's established upon mercy, right? And mercy is one of the fruits of the spirit. And the fruits of the spirit can always be implemented, right? There is no law against the fruit of the spirit. There's no law against that, right? No law can defeat or override anything that's of the spirit. No, nothing. Okay? Can't nothing do it. It says, "Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see Yahweh. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God." Right? So that's another like token or a signal onto who and what is it, and one of the aspects of being a child of God, right? I just forgot that quick. The peacemakers. A peacemaker is one of the signals or the traits of what? A child of God, right? When you're a peacemaker. And a peacemaker wants peace, right? So if somebody spark up beef and the other party is like, "Man, chill, forget about it, I apologize," and they try and dead it down, that's a peacemaker, right? That's one of the traits of a child of God. He's a peacemaker. Oh, somebody start something and you try to dead it. A peacemaker, right? That's one of the top things that the Lord is about. Being a peacemaker, resolving things without violence, resolving things without things being bad. And that can play out in so many different ways, right? Like if somebody want to argue with you, you're going to avoid this person until they calm down. That's being a peacemaker, right? Being playing a high role as a peacemaker, right? A peacemaker, cannot be underestimated, and there is no limit to being a peacemaker. You can't say, "Oh, I was being a peacemaker 4 times in this situation, so now I'm done being a peacemaker. It's time to spark up the beef now. We out." Nah, man, you gotta keep it coming. You gotta keep it coming, right? Being a peacemaker is like one of the being a peacemaker is like plays a part in like I was just saying, the things that we do is a reflection on how we're going to be treated by the Lord. So if you put a limit on how many times you'll be a peacemaker, or you got a limit to your forgiveness, or it's a limit to your mercy, if you have limits to these things, it's going to blow back on you, right? Because then the Lord's going to look, okay, so your limit is here for mercy. As soon as the person hit this part, then now your mercy, you're done showing mercy. So the Lord is he's gonna say, okay, let's see how we do it. So the Lord is gonna pull up your tab and how you treated him. He's like, okay, it seems as though you went above your own bar for mercy. So now I'm not showing you no more mercy because you already decided it's okay. Because the Lord, he's going to judge you how you judge, right? The same way you judge, the Lord is going to judge you. So if you're a person who get 3 chances, then you're done. Then the Lord is going to give you 3 chances, and then you're out, right? If you're a person who's always showing mercy, then the Lord is going to always show mercy on you. If the more inclined you are to show mercy and forgiveness and being a peacemaker, right? The more you're inclined to do these things willingly, just to do it, right? The more favor and mercy and love and good things the Lord is going to give unto you.